what this allows is it offers those police forces an ability to go into a simulation environment and do repetitive training. You don't get it right, you're not actually doing harm to the citizens.
Welcome to the Defense and Aerospace Report. I'm Vago Muradian here at the Association of the United States Army's annual meeting and trade show in Washington, D.C. Our coverage here is sponsored by AM General, Elbit Systems of America, General Motors Hydrotech, L3 Technologies, and Leonardo DRS. And we're here at Meggitt Training Systems to talk to Mike Paulk, who is the Director of Virtual Reality Systems over here at Meggitt, former Marine who's here at an Army show. Mike, thanks very much for taking time with us. You guys have been making the FATS, the Firearms Training System, since the 1980s when it was introduced. You used it once upon a time, way back when, as you earlier said, not to date us. But talk to us a little bit about how you guys have evolved and adapted the system. And you also have a new portable version that you guys are rolling out at the show. Tell us sort of what's new in the Meggitt Zoo that you guys are showing to the Army customer here.
Yeah, happy to do it. So, two of the things we're unveiling at this show at the AUSA, the FATS 100 mil, which if we talk about a new product, it's a step change in hardware and software. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about Windows 10 based systems, talking about 3D graphics, I'm talking about introducing environment in ballistic tables that we previously just have been outdated with. So we've done that with the FATS 100 mil, which underpinned the programs of record we've been successful for the Army, the Engagement Skills Trainer 2, for the Marine Corps, the ISMIT system that we've always provided for them. So rolling out, we're in year 4 of a 5-year IDIQ for both the Army EST2 as well as the Marine Corps ISMIT program. Super excited now to take the FATS 100 mil and offer it to any defense force out there because it's scalable and tailorable to meet their needs.
And how large of a market do you guys see for that worldwide? Because you guys are a leader in that, but there's competition as well.
So the competition is out there. The market is, you said the right word, it's a global market. We have not only programs of record for the Army and the Marine Corps, but we've got programs of record for the UK MOD, which is DCCT, the Australian Defence Force, the Singaporean Defence Force, the Italians, the Canadians, and the Belgians, and that's just to name a few. I want to talk about the FATS 100P if we get a moment.
And I was going to use that as your segue. So you guys have the P, which is the portable version of it, 2 20-pound Pelican cases, if I understand correctly. Tell us a little bit about what folks get with that system, and why you guys decided to expand, to invest your valuable dollars to develop that system for the market.
Right. So I'll go back to the 100 mil. It offers 3 modes of training: marksmanship, judgmental, and collective, which is virtual battle space, in a collective firearms training team. In the 100P, it's our law enforcement. It offers marksmanship and judgmental. And the beauty about the 100P is, you've said it, it's portable. It's 2 Pelican cases, 20 pounds each. We recently sold to the state of Alaska. Now I want you to envision the state of Alaska. You've got you've got law enforcement outpost out there. The state of Alaska takes our 2 Pelican cases, loads the system in the back of a Cessna airplane, flies them out to remote regions, 20-minute setup time. You're training marksman and judgmental training to their law enforcement officers. Great testimony from one of our first customers. That's the purpose for the FATS 100P. Portability allows domestically that local law enforcement officer go to community events, do community outreach, train their entire force with one system that's portable.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because there has been a lot of concern about police use of firearms, some very high-profile cases over the last several years. Some of these incidents continue to happen. How does your training curriculum fit into what all police departments are trying to do, which is still do effective policing, but minimize the kind of incidents where sometimes very innocent people are actually end up at the end of a stressful situation where a police officer discharges his or her weapon?
So it's a great point. Everyone is sensitive to that. Actually, it's an oversensitivity. And I think the FATS 100P provides a mechanism or a tool for community outreach. It allows that chief of police to take somebody like myself, make me a law enforcement officer, put a duty belt on me, give me a weapon, give me a taser, give me an OC spray, and then put me in a judgmental simulated environment and see how I do. They have found positive feedback, and the 100P serves that purpose.
And what about training for law enforcement in particular? How does the curriculum you guys have built, help refine that judgment, help the officer come away from that saying, maybe I could have handled that differently next time around, in a real life situation?
Yeah, so it's a good point. So let's talk about not only the FATS 100P, but our FATS 100 LE, which is our law enforcement system. I think it's very important to point out when we talk to chiefs of police and we talk to the training NCOs, they basically tell us what their curriculum is, and then we'll load that into our hardware and software to provide them the best training capability. So it's a platform trainer.
While you guys aren't writing the curriculum, how does that fit into training officers for escalation but also de-escalation, right? Consideration of force and those sorts of things.
That's a great question, because what this allows in the simulation small arms training environment is it offers those police forces an ability to go into a simulation environment and do repetitive training. You don't get it right, you're not actually doing harm to the citizens. You're in a static environment, you're in a training environment, you can just hit replay, you can watch the recording, you can train to your deficiencies, and you can get better at use of force and escalation, de-escalation training.
Mike, thanks very much. Best of luck at the show.
Thank you.